Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another episode of Left 4 Dead 2 Myth-Busting Mondays. And in today's video, for the final myth, we're going to be testing to see if whether or not if a hunter can pounce off of Spitter Spit and simultaneously, shortly thereafter, pounce on a survivor, making for a devastating combo attack. If you guys like the sound of today's final myth, please make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and all that beautiful stuff. And if you also have a myth of your very own that you'd like to have you featured in next week's episode, please by all means leave it here in the comments down below, or else alternatively you can leave it within my Discord server, which is going to be linked down below in this video's description. All that being said, guys, I hope you've been enjoying seeing this week's episode of Left 4 Dead 2 Myth-Busting Mondays. Myth: if a charger pounds a survivor in a deep body of water, will the survivor start to eventually drown despite being lifted above water during the attack animation? Alrighty guys, the first myth is submitted in by How About No. Now before we start with the official test, I want to show you guys how long you would have to be under the water to start receiving drowning damage. Now to receive drowning damage, you would have to be underwater for over 10 seconds. Now if you're also underwater and then after a while of drowning, if you decide to stand back up again, you not only get your health back, but you get it back immediately. Now let's see if whether or not the charger changes anything. So I'm going to show on screen, side by side, me getting attacked by the charger while in water, and then also while on land. And as you guys can see, they're in sync. I'm receiving the same amount of damage in both clips. And this is due to the fact that I'm receiving my oxygen back immediately. If it took me a minute to catch back up again, then I could see how drowning damage would play into this. But since I get my oxygen back immediately, the charger can't keep putting me underwater during the attack animation to stack drowning damage on top of his. So this means that the first myth is busted. The animation is not inaccurate. If I'm above the water, I will receive oxygen back basically immediately, and the charger cannot stack drowning damage on top of his own damage. Myth: if you already pick up upgrade ammo and close the safe room door, will you be able to pick it up again in the next chapter? Alrighty guys, the second myth is submitted in by Tacky Road Later, and this myth is extremely simplistic. Literally all I'm going to do is just give myself upgrade ammo for my mini Uzi, I'm going to give myself some incendiary rounds, and now I'm going to fast forward the footage as we're loading into the next chapter. I'm going to unload the incendiary rounds and then just simply see if whether or not I can pick it up and just put it back in the exact same gun. Alright, so we successfully loaded into chapter 2. I'm going to empty out the mini Uzi right now. Alright, Left 4 Dead, let's see if whether or not that you allow me to pick up incendiary rounds again. And yep, yes it does, which means that the second myth is going to be confirmed. Myth: does Nick really have a turd on his shoulder in the sewers on the passing chapter 2? Alrighty guys, the third myth is submitted in by Tyler, and the reason why we're looking into this is because there is a voice line that Ellis can end up saying to Nick where he says that there's a turd on his shoulder, just as a way to mess with him. But if we actually end up taking this seriously and look at Nick, is there really a turd on his shoulder? And if we take a look at Nick while we're in the sewers, there's not a turd on his shoulder, and there's not a turd anywhere else on his body. His character model does not change while down here. So myth 3 is therefore busted. Myth: is it possible to pounce on a survivor riding on Spitter Spit as a hunter and knock the survivor into a death trigger? Alrighty guys, so the fourth myth is submitted in by I Microwaved My Son, which first of all, by the way, that name is really hilarious. I don't think that would go well in real life, but to each their own. And second of all, yes, I understand that this myth sounds awfully similar to the final myth, and that's because it is. There was two myths that were basically just identical copies of each other with just one element switching, and I decided that instead of excluding one guy, I just would include them both. So I'm going to put this guy's myth right before the final myth. Now in your comments you also listed some suggestions such as the No Mercy rooftops and the Last Stand cliffside near the lighthouse. So we're going to be doing the latter and be doing the cliffside near the lighthouse. So two things. Number one, we fly so quickly and so far with the Spitter Spit that it would be the spitter being responsible for our death and not the hunter in this case. And two, when the hunter attacks us anyways, he cancels fall damage. So if he were to knock us off or catch us in midair, regardless, we're not going to die. Which means that the myth, ironically, is busted despite it sounding stupid because that's just the way that the game works. Myth: can a hunter ride Spitter Spit and then pounce off of the spit onto a survivor? Alrighty guys, and then the last myth of today's episode is submitted in by Johnny Williams. Alright, so when we were testing for the final myth, 3 types of results regularly happened. Number 1, we would just miss. 2, we would get hit by the spit but launch in the wrong direction. and we just basically would just fall straight down, not being able to ride the spit or spit like we wanted. And then the last thing is that the spit or spit just stopped us dead in our tracks, and we just basically halted. Now, we were not able to end up standing on the spit long enough to then pounce off of it and hit a survivor, even though we did this for over an hour, by the way. The closest thing we were able to get, which is sort of kind of beneficial, is that you can use spit or spit to keep your momentum going, but not really because you're on the spit loogie for only like not even a second. So, in terms of having a spitter spit a spit loogie, and then having a hunter jump on top of it, ride it, pounce off of it, and then land on a survivor, that specific idea is unfortunately busted because it's a variety of different things. On most occasions, you're never going to have the perfect timing to be able to land on the spit anyways, and even from the brief time that you are on the spit or spit, you're going to immediately shortly thereafter get kicked off because it just is not something that you can stay on for that long. I understand the idea and the vision that you had in mind when you submitted this myth, and it would be wonderful if this could work as intended, but unfortunately, it's just something that's kind of janky at most. But yeah, guys, that's going to be here for today's video, and I do truly hope you guys ended up enjoying it. And if you did, please consider dropping a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and all the beautiful stuff. And if you guys have a myth of your very own that you would like to be featured in next week's episode, please by all means leave it here in the comments down below, or also alternatively, you can leave it within my Discord server, which is going to be linked down below in this video's description. As we wrap up the video, guys, wanted to mention two last quick things. Number one, I have a second YouTube channel now. It is called Black Ninja 797 Extras. And on this channel, I'm going to be uploading and posting additional content that you would normally not see here on my main channel, such as gameplay walkthroughs, funny moments with my friends, and Challenge Accepted, which was a series I used to do here on my main channel where I play games you guys request me to play. If you guys want to check out the second channel, there is going to be a link down below in this video's description. I also wanted to say thank you and shoutouts to Epic Games for being my first ever sponsor. I have a supporter creator code with them, and the code is just my name, Black Ninja 797, and if you guys want to, you can use it in the Fortnite and Epic Games item shops. Anybody that uses my code or has used it before in the past, I tremendously appreciate you. And yeah, guys, if you thought today's episode had some funky myths, then be sure to check out last week's episode where we tried to see if whether or not we could launch Noam Chomsky using explosive rounds. If you want to check that out, be sure to click the end card at the end of this video. But yeah, guys, I hope you ended up enjoying seeing another YouTube video from the most unique YouTubers are ever going to see. Thanks for watching, guys. I love all of you, and peace out.
Hey, meme lords, Jesus here. And you better have enjoyed that video there by the eternal god Daddy Ninja. You should probably subscribe too, or the mighty Moab will come for your balls. If you enjoyed the video, you might like it too. And give me the memes. Flash, bang, boom!